Welcome back. So far we looked at um, heading, we looked at horizontal lines, we looked at line break, we also look at paragraphs. All these are different HTML tags and elements, and all of them have their specific uses, which we have seen already. Today we are going to talk about commenting. It is very useful that when you are writing code, you add some comment to explain what you are doing so that later when you come back to it, you actually understand what you did earlier, and if there has to be some optimizations to it will be easier for you to understand and uh, and do that. All right. Apart from that, we'll look at subscript. We'll also talk about superscript and then some HTML entities, and I will explain what HTML entities are when we get there. All right. So let me just get rid of this content. Okay. Let's say um, we want to uh, display a paragraph. All right. This is a dummy example. Of course, later on we'll look at complex situations or complex scenarios that will require us to, put some form of comment there. Um, so to say this is just a paragraph, right? We can comment, all right, and the comment there, how we put it is to use the left angle bracket, okay, exclamation dash dash, okay. See, and then you also end it with dash dash right angle bracket. In the in between this over here, this is where you write your statement. Okay, so you can say uh, sorry, this is just a paragraph. Okay, so then down here we can just say p, and we will say, hey, we are just commenting. We are just commenting, sorry. Okay, so let's save this and look at it in our browser. It says, hey, we are just commenting. Now someone will say, where is the comment that this statement here? Well, actually the browser would disregard it because of this preceding. Okay, uh, the angle bracket exclamation dash dash tells the browser that this is just a comment that whoever wrote this particular code put there for themselves. It's not for the browser. Okay, so when they are displaying, they will actually hide it. Okay, so I would actually like that this thing is running in Chrome so that we can inspect. Uh, okay, so if we go to view page source over here, right? You can see our comment here says this is just a paragraph, and you see our P here that says, hey, we are just commenting. Okay, so this is not going to be done for this particular code here. Don't worry, it's the live server in the background that is actually running. It's ejected that code over there by itself. We have nothing to do with it, so don't bother. Okay, let's get back to our code. So that's how you comment. Now let's look at a subscript. See, we want something uh, in a certain base, right? So I can say maybe 10 10 10 10 in base 2. Okay, in the base 2, I will put a new uh, element, all right, which is called sub. I'll put this sub there, all right. and then we write a 2. Okay, now let's save this and get back to our code, and we have what 1002. Okay, all right. I think the, what do you call it, the cursor for our Visa application is stuck on the screen. uh, it's stuck on the screen, so um, let me go to Visa. Right, hold on, excuse me, coming through. What I'm going to do is to quit Visa for now, so that we can have this, that particular cursor gone, right? So we can get back to what we were doing. Here we are just commenting. You remember this was our first line here, and then we have some binary number with the subscript of 2 just to indicate that this is binary. So we use the sub, right? Sub, and then the value we want to make the subscript is put here as the content. Okay, what about an exponent, which will be a superscript? So let's say we want to say, um, um, let's say 2 exponent 4, right? So then we have 2 soup. Okay, we use another HTML tag called the soup, or superscript, then 4. Okay, we save that and we go back to our browser, and now we have 2 exponents 4. All right, so let's have a quick recap. We just talked about comment, and we said this is for explaining what we are doing. All right, so it is only normal that we insert another comment here and say this is a subscript. Okay, so we can just say subscript example. Yes, subscript example, and then down here we can say superscript example. Okay, cool. Then we'll add another comment here and say this particular one we are going to look at entities like inserting actually greater than and less than. Right, so let's say HTML entities. Okay, so the first one we need to look at is let's say we want to display something like 2. Okay, so let's say 2 is less than 4, right? Okay, so in the p tag we can say 2 is less than 4, right? Okay, let's refresh and see this. Now, although the browser has rendered this, you realize that the less than is colored in red. What VS Code is saying that this is a wrong syntax. This does not exist in HTML. Okay, so what we can do, okay, is to get rid of this, and there is what we call entity or entity code. Right, these special characters that are reserved in HTML, they have codes that you can use, so that when the browser is rendering and sees it, realize that, oh, you actually want to display this special character. Okay, so for the less than, it is n. Okay, lt. All right, and then um, semicolon and lt semicolon. You realize that now this is colored in blue, so it's something that HTML understands. Let's go back to our page and look at it. We have the same result, however it is not um, colored in red. Okay, now the danger of having those um, angle brackets, hanging, and colored in red is that at some point when you are actually trying to create a new tag, it may take that one as the beginning, and so by the time you even finish writing, say that you want to end it, it would assume that that was the beginning and you have ended it somewhere. Meanwhile, that's not where you are supposed to end. So it can bring some confusion in how your content is rendered. All right. What about um, two is greater than? What about two is greater than four? This is obviously false, but hey, we are just learning. All right. So it's also GT. All right, and GT. Okay. So uh, GT is it looks like. Now let's say that we want more space here. Okay, more space here like this so that the 4 will be displayed. There will be a long space between the greater than and then 4. So let's refresh this and go back. Ah wait, it's not, let's refresh. Maybe no, let's see what is happening. Well, by default browser get rid of extra spaces. Okay, it only puts one space there. So if you want a space, okay, you want more space, what you can do is to use the HTML entity name for space, okay, which is and nbsp, okay, something like it, and nbsp. All right. So now we realize that we have an extra space there. If we want more space, what we can do is to have more of this over there. So we can have more space, and you can see now that we have space. So this is for spacing. Okay. Uh, we said that this is subscript. Okay. This is superscript. This is for greater than. This is less than, and then we are also additionally putting some spaces there. Okay. So there are other HTML entities. In fact, uh, when you come to W3 Schools, this is a very resourceful learning platform. W3schools.com. You can learn a lot about HTML there. And they have a full table on HTML entities and their entity name and entity number. You can use this in your future programs. So that is where we end this session. We'll be back with more interesting content.